good day. If you want to know how we save money and grow our own plants and keep growing in life and keep ourselves busy and active, this is one of the many tricks that I like to keep myself busy, keep myself mentally active and physically active. One of these is I like to grow my own herbs and spices and food, like this lovely rosemary that I've had in my yard for a few years. I'm going to be cloning it now. These are some of the tools, or some of the things that I used that I've recycled. These are basically the chopsticks that I've used from the last sushi I've had. And I usually use these markers or as supporters for my plants as they're growing as little seedlings. Tie a little string around them, tie them with the plant. They're free. I just keep them from throwing away into the bin. Kept them from the sushi trays, threw away the rest that I didn't need. And they come in handy. Now, the one thing I like to do is I always like to have my little pocket knife with me, a little Swiss Army knife, nothing special, but a very handy tool. And as you can see, I've already prepared this. I've basically taken the leaves off from the plants here, trimmed the plant so that the energy can grow up and force the plant to consume more energy, thus making it growing a little bit better. Also, this is one of the products I like to use, which is Clone-X. A little bit of an expensive one, but to me it's worth it. Saves me time, saves me a bit of money. And a little container like this, for someone like me with a small garden, it will last me a while. So what I've done is I've taken the scissors from this brand, which is called Blatta in Portuguese. And I've had this pair of scissors and others from this brand for over 6 years, and basically I just keep cleaning it, file the blades a little bit, and we're good to go. I've also got a collection of them, so of various plants, and what I like to do is like to dip it into the Clone-X. There we go, just a little bit. Right, you can see a nice colour purple on it. I've prepared a little container with some soil, which is cheap. I got from the local supermarket. Compacted the soil. You can add a bit of perlite to it if you want, just to give the soil a little bit more aeration. Plant it nice and gently. I've had a little marker here, which we can use this little chopstick to make a little space. Plant it in. I usually like to cut a few of the cuttings, because sometimes when you're growing plants, one of these will more than likely, unfortunately, not make it. So normally in a little container like this, about 3, maybe 4, keep repeating it. I've shaved the bottom with my knife, trimmed the top point so the energy can go from the bottom all the way up and force the plant to absorb as much nutrients as possible. Again, we're going to dip that in there and just plant it in there. And do the same with the others that I've prepared. Later on I'll be splitting a strawberry plant, hopefully. I'll be splitting a strawberry plant, or maybe just planting it into the ground, depending on how strong the plant is, into the pots. Again, let's do one more, just to keep it nice going. This way I ensure that at least 1 or 2 of them will survive, will make it through it. Right, that's pretty much it. We're going to water the plant slightly, but before we do, just as an additional backup, what I like to use, excuse me, is a little cinnamon. It's a little cinnamon, and again a spoon that I have recycled from going to the coffee shop. We usually get some of these little spoons on our takeaways, and I'm just going to dig a little patch here. Saved a bit more money, because what I've done is I've kept a little fruit juice bottle that I've drank at the coffee shop or at the restaurant, kept that with me. We're just going to pour a little bit of cinnamon to the side. But there we go, a little bit too much. Put a little bit, I'm going to save that patch for the other plants that I'm going to be doing this week. Okay, have it, and that's in all the nutrients are in here, will help the plant grow. It's basically very good cheap fertilizer which everyone basically has at home, not necessarily fertilizer, but a good little nutrients for your plants to grow. And even if you're diabetic like me, listening them in your coffee when you cereal in the morning helps you just lower your sugar levels, helps you grow a little bit healthier and stronger. That is a quick little tip. This is rosemary. Out of these, I should be getting at least 2 of them, maybe a little bit more. And I'm just going to water it lightly and see what comes out of it. Put that in the sun. Unfortunately, it's raining and windy outside. And yeah, we'll water it. I'm going to do a little bit upright rosemary. This is the creeper rosemary. I find that the taste is slightly different to the erector rosemary. Still pleasant. I like to use as many different varieties of herbs and spices. One thing I like to do is when I have an abundance of anything, I can either try and sell it, or I can give it to some of my neighbors or friends that either need or they need a particular herb like rosemary, which is good for your mind, good for your body. It has a very nice fragrance. In another video I'm going to be doing a little insert on chives, which I've been growing in the yard, which I was gifted a few little bundles of plants, and I usually wind up donating that or giving that to one of my friends or neighbors, considering it's a very healthy plant. It helps with the immune system, helps with a lot of health benefits. Usually on my way to gym, I usually like to put in a bag, tie it up in a little bundle and leave it for someone, for a friend, for one of the neighbors that may need it. If you like this content, please hit the like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. A small gesture on your part, it means a lot to us, especially those of us that are trying to make it today and we are running a bit short. Thank you. You have an excellent day. We'll see you in the next one.